how do we improve the web today? Well, look at it today, we're all moving into where we require more updates. Twitter is a perfect example to that. Right? But we also have other examples where more on the enterprise side, financial services, for example, or online gambling, betting, where I'm putting a bid in on something. And I want to know now if I got it or not. I don't want to wait till the next poll or whatever. Seconds matter, milliseconds matter. And today with HTTP, we have a latency built into the system that is very hard to bridge over gap, right? So I think with WebSockets, we get rid of that overhead of HTTP traffic. We can communicate more natively with the browser and get down on a latency level that's acceptable for even financial services industry, for example.
So as I understand it, that's what you do now.
Yes.
So you work with gambling and financial services companies to be more responsive.
Yes.
But you're also trying to push forward a standard.
Yes.
And you're also trying to, until that standard gets adopted, build a platform that emulates what WebSockets would be like, so we can get there faster.
Exactly. I think one of the key things when you come to startups like us is that you can create something that is proprietary. That's good. But I think if you want a broader adoption of this technology, especially if you believe it's something that everybody can use, is to have it standardized.
But why is this all on you? I mean, why does your company have to be pushing the industry, pushing yourself, I mean, it's a lot of work, and why isn't anyone else kind of picking up the slack for you?
We believe that this is a good idea. We're not the only one pushing this. The initial draft in the HTML5 specification contains something called TCP connection. We saw that very early on, and the team with my co-founder and Michael Carter decided that they could improve on that part of the specification. And during that process, we drafted something that we proposed to Ian Hickson, who's the Google representative on the W3C HTML5 working group. And he said, yeah, this looks great. And they put it in, and it's been in review since then. And Google has picked it up. It's already in Chrome 4. So WebSocket native support is already part of WebKit, which is the underlying framework for Chrome. Firefox is already working on it. There's been an enhancement request in for quite some time. And Safari, also based on WebKit, obviously going to pick it up as well. And you're already seeing the adoption on the browser end happening pretty fast. They're all adopting WebSocket as a...
When will everyone have it by?
Well, I can't respond to...
What's your best guess?
My best guess is that at least the top three, Firefox, Safari, and Chrome, will have WebSocket natively supported by summer, most likely.
Top three, not by market size.
Not by market size, but looking at IE, Microsoft, we don't know. I mean, they can come out next week. They can come out 2 years, we don't know. But looking over time, probably takes another 3 to 5 years before everybody sort of start adopting it as a whole, for everyone to sort of use it on an average daily basis.
Okay. And then it seems like Google has been especially supportive of what you're doing because of their strong support of HTML5.
Yeah, I mean, Google has obviously adopted HTML5 and pushing hard on all of HTML5, not just this small section of HTML5.
And I know you're already working with them, but what are some of the ways where you think they'll pioneer this space or help give a little startup a hand?
I mean, well, we got invited to the Google I/O show, and so we're going to be demonstrating WebSocket technology at the Google I/O show coming up. That's a great way for us to sort of show what we can do with the new standard that has been worked upon not just by us, but like Apple is behind it, Google is behind it. I know Adobe and Microsoft are also involved in this. So all big players, especially the browser players, even like Opera from Norway, for example, they're all in and collaborating and making this standard move forward. And we're just participating on a small piece of that. We're not doing all of HTML5 because it's a pretty massive specification itself, right? But our main focus has been communication because that's where we feel the lack of improvements have been over the past 10 years, right? We've done great with both ends, but we haven't done anything for communicating between those ends, the server and client, right? So for us, WebSocket is the absolutely natural evolution of the web in itself, right? With the ease you can build chat solutions, for example, within days rather than spending months and years and trying to figure out how do I get a status update and make it scale from, do a status update on my browser, send it out to a client, and then propagating that to all my users, all my friends. With Socket API, it's already supported by the XMPP server that you're using. So if you can have something that allows you to communicate natively over WebSockets, you're done. It takes only 2 days to put out the WebSocket-enabled chat solution. It's already been proved by not just us, but others too.